Hey everybody, we all know that one of the most important tools in the kitchen, period, besides fire, is a knife. And sometimes the knife is actually more important than fire if you're doing sushi. But whatever, we're not doing sushi today. Anyway, of course, knowing how to use that knife and using a knife to its best ability and letting the knife do the work, that's the key. Of course, y'all know I love my shun. So, how about I show you the best way to use a knife, and you probably shouldn't point it at people like that. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and let's go do some. If you just push down on the knife, all you're gonna do is smash the bread. Check it out. See how it just smashes that seam together? Pop bomb. Alright, now with the right technique, all I'm going to use is the weight of the knife to show you if you use the knife in the correct manner, it's going to slice basically for you. So what I'm going to do is hand it like this. I'm just holding the knife and pushing it forward. And it is slicing through the bread with just the weight of the knife. And that, ladies and gentlemen, gets you a superb cut. So with that smashing down, what you're doing when you're cutting your food, it's actually smashing all the cells, which is going to stop it from cooking at its optimum. It's going to hold juices in, it's going to keep it from cooking evenly, so many different things. But if you let the knife do the work, then it's so much easier on your arm, on your wrist, and everything else. Just let the knife do the work. But you got to get a good knife. Sure. The other thing about using a knife is you have to use the right technique. So a lot of people put this whole finger thing on the top. No, that's not how you do it. So, just don't do that. Just look, what you're going to want to do is you're going to grab the knife, you're basically going to pinch the blade and then wrap your fingers around it. And that gives you the ultimate control on this knife. So now you have control both this way and laterally, and it keeps it from rotating and everything. It just keeps it in place. And you can stand, a lot of people, they'll stand sideways so they cut like this. I pretty much stand straight and I turn the food a little bit. So I kind of cut it at a little bit of an angle. And you kind of go along the food. You can feed it in as you're slicing. You know, traveling down the board, you can, but that's not how you're really supposed to do it. Also, key to not cutting off any fingers is using the bear claw. You basically hold it like this and you hold the food in place and then you slice through. Now, as I showed you with the bread, now with this knife, of course this is really sharp, you can slice straight down. But, you heard that thunk? Not good. If you basically go, you take the knife, you get that bear claw, and you basically go from the front to the back and you go across. What makes it even safer is if you keep the tip of the knife on the board. And what you're going to do is go through and actually cut down in rocking motion. Back and forth, just like a train. Okay? That is going to make it to where you get really smooth cuts. With a little bit of practice, you become crazy consistent, okay? I am really comfortable with cutting rather large things with a knife. I've been doing this since I was like 8 years old. I've been using an 18 chef's knife. I'm very used to it. If you are not used to it and you don't feel safe, what you can do is take your hands, go put the knife on, go around it, cut it in half, still using that sawing motion, and now you've got half as much to cut. It's going to be much easier for most people to cut it like that. So, now that I've got it, it's tiny, still the same thing. You just rock the knife back and forth and push the food through. That's it. It's so simple. Really, once you get this technique down, you can cut just about anything.